It's Success Talks Football, guys. Now let's take a look at the top 6 Premier League teams and see their signings and how this will impact their play for the next season. Starting with Liverpool. Liverpool signed a total of 7 players this season. Most notable ones are, of course, Calvin Ramsey, Florian Wirtz, Viktor Gyokeres, and Jeremy Frimpong. They spent a total of £308.68 million getting these guys. The departures, the players that left are 6. The most notable ones are Luis Diaz, Jarred Quansah, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. The total money after the plus and minus, the total money spent this season by Liverpool is £165.38 million. This is after their income has been deducted. Now let's go to Chelsea. Chelsea signed a total of 8 players. Most notable ones are João Pedro, Jamie Gittins, Liam Delap, Estavio, Kani, and Chukwuemeka. They spent a total of £279.65 million. All this information I am giving you is according to Transfer Market, and that is legit. Their departures, they had 10 players leave the club. The most notable, players that left are Noni Madueke, João Felix, and Mamadou Sarr. The total, money, their total expenses after they deducted the income they got from these players that left now became £70.7 million. It shows that Chelsea, did business. Chelsea spent a total of, £279.65 million. But after deducting, the income they got from players sold, they spent just £70.70 million. That's business. Now let's go to Arsenal. Arsenal signed a total of 6 players. The most notable ones are Martin Zubimendi, Viktor Gyokeres, Noni Madueke from Chelsea, and Christian Norgard and Kepa Arrizabalaga. And they spent a total of £224.20 million. And the players that left, they had 6 players leave the club. The most notable ones are Marquinhos, Jorginho, Thomas Partey, and Tomiyasu. After their plus and minus, the total money spent became £216.20 million. That's a lot. Now Manchester United. Manchester United signed a total of 5 players. The most notable ones are Matheus Cunha and of course Bryan Mbeumo. Now 4 players left the club. They didn't make any money from these players. One of them is retired, one of them is without club at the moment. Some of them at the end of their contract, so it is a free transfer. So the total expenditure for Manchester United still remains at the £153.20 million that they bought the 5 players from. Now let's go to Manchester City. Manchester City signed a total of 6 amazing players. The most notable ones are Tierney Reinders, Ryan Aït-Nouri, Ryan Cherki. Now they spent £176.90 million on these 6 players. Now 6 players also left their club. The most notable ones are of course Kevin De Bruyne and Kyle Walker. Now some of these players were free transfers and all of that. After their plus and minus, the total expenditure for Manchester City is £143.90 million. Now lastly, Tottenham signed a total of 6 players, and the most notable one is Mohamed Kudus. Now they spent a total of £145.60 million, guys. The 5 players also left the club, and of course the most notable one is Heung-min Son, popularly referred to as Son. Now after their plus and minus, the total expenditure for Tottenham is £110.10 million. With a total expenditure of £216.20 million, Arsenal became the club with the most money spent in this transfer window. Initially, it was Chelsea. Remember, Chelsea spent about £270-something million, but Chelsea was able to balance it up with the number of players they sold. Chelsea had the most signings with 10 players, and they also had the most sold players. It balanced their expenditure. The expenditure crashed from £270-something million to £70.70 million. That's business. Liverpool is the second highest when it comes to number of players signed. I think they signed 7 in total. Manchester United signed the least with just 5 players signed. Guys, with Arsenal spending the most money in this transfer window, what do you think of their performances so far in the preseason matches? You people should release the leg you have put on their neck. People have been pressing their neck since they lost to Villarreal. Arsenal has lost the 2 preseason matches. They lost to Tottenham. Now they've also lost to Villarreal. What is going on? Somebody actually said Gyokeres in Lisbon is this. Gyokeres in Arsenal is like this. You people are not nice at all. Guys, what do you think? Considering all the signings we have looked at with the 6 top Premier League clubs, what do you think about these signings, and how do you think this will impact their play for the next season? Drop that in the comment section, guys. Guys, we have come to the end of this episode. Do not forget to follow us across all social media platforms. Guys, I'm tired of saying this. You people should just follow. Just, you know what to do. Pico, follow, like, share, and subscribe. See you in my next episode.